How does Pythagoras' theorem, gunpowder, the 25th Amendment, Harshad numbers, perfect squares, and the sum of two squares find their way into the year 2025? Well, let's do the maths and find out how. The number 2025, of course, can be written as the sum of 1000 plus 1025. Let's call that line number 1. But of course, we can write our 1000 as 50 times 20. And we can write our 1025 as 400 plus 625. Let's call that line number 2. We can further simplify here by writing our 50 as 2 times 25 times this 20, plus our 400 as 20 times 20, which is 20 squared, and our 625 as 25 times 25, which is 25 squared. So we've got 3 lines here. Now let's look at each line number by number and find out what they mean. In line number 1, some history is taking place here, because in around the year 1000 BC, the Pythagorean theorem was being developed. And the year 1025 saw the invention of gunpowder. What about line number 2? In line number 2, we have 400 being written as 20 times 20 and 625 being written as 25 times 25. So the numbers 400 and 625 are called perfect squares, because a perfect square, let me write it down here, perfect square. A perfect square is a number such as 16, which is 4 times 4, or 36, which is 6 times 6, and so forth. So 400 and 625 are perfect squares. Now let's go to line number 3. Line number 3, the numbers which dominate there are 20 and 25. The number 20 is what is called a Harshad number. A Harshad number is a number which is such that the sum of its digits, when you add the digits of the number, the answer you get divides the original number. So for 20, the digits are 2 and 0. When you add 2 and 0, you get 2, and 2 is a perfect divisor of 20. Let's get another Harshad number. For example, the number, let me get a black pen here. For example, the number 42 is a Harshad number because the digits of 42 are 4 and 2. So 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. And 6 goes 7 times into 42 without leaving a remainder. So 42 is a Harshad number. Let's get another one. The number 84 is also a Harshad number because the digits are 4 and 8. So 4 plus 8 is equal to 12. And 12 goes into 84 7 times without leaving a remainder. But let's also look at a number which is not a Harshad number. The number 32 is not a Harshad number because the digits 2 and 3, 3 plus 2, they add up to 5. And 5 does not go into 32 without leaving a remainder. Another number which is not a Harshad number is perhaps the number 23. 3 plus 2 is 5. So 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, and 5 does not go into 23 without leaving a remainder. So basically, a Harshad number is a number which, when you add its digits together, the answer you get divides the original number without leaving a remainder. Now, when you look at line number 3 again, you can see a combination here of 20 squared and 25 squared. In mathematics, this combination here, this combination of squares is called a sum of two squares. So we have a sum of two squares. This is usually very helpful sometimes when you want to simplify some algebraic expressions. So we have had our perfect squares, sum of two squares, Harshad number, gunpowder, Pythagoras theorem. What about the 25th amendment? Well, every time you hear the word 25th in America, it reminds you of the 25th amendment. This is a constitutional arrangement which allows for the succession of a president. For example, when the president of the United States has something that happens to him, maybe he gets sick or dies or something, the 25th arrangement ensures that his position is taken up by the vice president immediately. So that's the 25th amendment. Look at that. Pythagoras theorem, gunpowder, 25th amendment, Harshad numbers, perfect squares, sum of two squares, all packed into 2025. So it must be a special year, isn't it?